This is Movies in Contemplation with Jarokk and...
Oh, am I talking to
Jesus,
you?
yeah.
Jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells...
Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Hello, contemplators.
Contemplators! It's good to be back.
It's good to be back.
Another day.
We're at that season again.
Yes, we are.
It's crazy. This is our second holiday season doing the podcast.
It is, isn't it? Oh my god, it's nuts.
Yeah. Not only is it that, but today is Jarokk's birthday.
Oh my god.
Happy birthday, babe.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah, babe.
Yeah, we're just doing the quarantine birthday, just hanging out with a DiGiorno, nothing big.
Nothing big.
DiGiorno and a cookie cake.
Yeah, I can't ever go wrong with a cookie cake.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
For a pie, but cookie cake is the best.
I can't
option.
I can't do the rhubarb pie. I'm
That's
sorry.
fine. I love it. It's my favorite, and I'm sure some contemplators out there will agree.
Sure.
All right.
We have a Jarokk pick as well on your birthday.
We do. It is Lethal Weapon. But before we dive in, let's talk about the wine.
The wine. Oh my god, the way you said before we begin, I thought you were going to do the book. I got all my pipes ready to sing.
You ready?
Okay. I got this wine. It really has nothing to do with the film. I just thought the bottle was cool. It kind of looked a little manly, a little like, I don't know, it's a Buck Shack.
I mean, that is a manly name. The Buck Shack.
Get the Buck Shack. Sounds like a big gun.
It does, doesn't it? The Buck Shack.
Get that. Get my Buck Shack.
Get my Buck Shack. I love that it, like, has bourbon on the bottle.
It does, yeah.
Multiple times.
Multiple times. Yeah. Bourbon, and like at least like 15 times. So there's bourbon in it, y'all.
It's not bad.
Please don't do that. Yeah, it's pretty good. Maybe that's why they put all the bourbon.
Bourbon.
Because there is a pretty good amount of bourbon. I taste it.
Yeah.
A little more than the wine, actually.
Ooh, yeah.
It's fine. It's not bad.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Yeah, it's not what I'm expecting when it goes down.
Yeah.
Like it's like, ooh.
Ooh, dog. Yes.
Yeah.
Now it's time to move on over to the handy dandy Shakespearean notebook. Notebook.
Yeah.
All right. Stinking, sodden-witted mushroom.
Mushroom.
A mushroom. Never heard of that one before.
Right?
Stinking, foul-smelling.
Death.
Sodden-witted. Ponderous in thinking, made stupid by consumption of alcohol.
Oh.
Sodden-witted. Mushroom.
That sounds familiar to me.
Mushroom. Mushroom.
Never mind.
Holy shit, I just lost them all.
Oh, well.
God damn it.
Well, yeah, fucked it. It's okay.
Oh well. Hopefully we remember a little bit of them.
Well, yeah,
I remember sodden-witted.
And a stinky...
Stinky, sodden-witted mushroom. Don't forget.
And stupid when drunk.
Yes.
Yes.
We won't be able to talk about the definitions, apparently, because I did lose all of them in the pages.
Yeah, the names, yeah.
But that's okay.
That's okay.
We will figure out who is the stinky, sodden-witted mushroom.
Yeah, that's pretty
Moving on.
That's pretty much it.
Yes.
You nailed
moving
it,
on.
actually.
Thank you.
So, Jarokk, what does this film mean to you?
This is a movie...
Since you claim that it is a Christmas film.
I firmly believe that this is a Christmas film. I truly do. There are those that'll probably argue and be like, it just takes place during Christmas. There's a lot of fucking Christmas spirit in this film. Damn near the entire soundtrack is fucking Christmas songs. Not only, but it's Christmas in LA, so that's probably why a lot of people don't think that it's a Christmas film.
Because it doesn't snow.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because snowing is apparently the fucking life's blood of Christmas. Even though this year, we haven't gotten one well, we did get like a flurry.
We got a flurry.
We got a flurry, but it wasn't shit. It wasn't even an inch. So it's just like...
I don't care for snow, clearly, because I'm from the land that does not snow.
Yes.
So,
well, there you go.
knock on wood, I'm
Hello.
good.
So, this movie, I really enjoy it. This movie came to me later in life. I did not get attached to this film early on because I was introduced to the fourth one first and didn't really have the backstory of anybody. Mm-hmm. Not only that, I mean, I was young, but I just thought it was goofy, the fourth one. I was just kind of like, I don't know. But then in college, I watched all of them and was like, okay, I've missed out.
Okay. Oh.
So, yeah, this is like a really good fucking buddy film, cop film. I really enjoy it. I think, well, let's move on over. Let's go on up here to the director. A Richard Donner film made in 1987, starring Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, Gary Busey, Mitchell Ryan, Tom Atkins, Darlene Love.
Darling.
And, of course, Tracy Wolf as Rianne! All right. So, yeah, that's pretty much.
Okay. Yeah.
It was just a late start.
A late start to a films you now enjoy because you've been binge watching them. Lately. Yeah.
And it's hilarious because Maverick is like one of my favorite fucking movies to watch. And I always knew as a kid because they do have this little like hint where Danny Glover has a cameo in Maverick. For those of you who don't know Maverick is like a cowboy gambler movie with fucking Mel Gibson.
That's right. Okay.
Danny Glover has this hilarious cameo where he's a bank robber and they like look at each other's faces for a minute and you hear the fucking Lethal Weapon music in the background.
Is it the saxophone?
It's not the saxophone, but it's like the...
Okay.
It's that soft and like...
That's kind of adorable.
It was really fun. And they both just look at each other like they've seen each other before. And then they're like, nah. It's just really funny.
I'm thinking it's like a past life thing. That's why.
That is so funny.
Yeah, they're like meant to be partners in some way because they like connected when they were like in a past life.
Oh my god, my great granddaddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always get thrown off with the Maverick film because the name for some reason just. I mean, you know it better than I do. I've always, but just. I mean, other film, maybe another episode.
Yeah.
It's just the title throws me off.
Maverick.
I forget it's about gambling in the West.
Well, I mean, the name Maverick is very, like, I don't even honestly know what the fuck Maverick really means.
I only know it as a name.
Yeah, but anywho. Oh, wow. But anywho, moving on.
Drop us in.
All right, so the film starts off, we've got Jingle Bell Rock rocking the world, and then we get this interesting shot of this half-naked woman trying to figure out what the fuck's going on in the world. And
in her body, clearly, because she goes from looking dead to sick to happy to about to come to terrified and
snorting lines.
And oh boy, is she about to get really high.
Yeah. Oh, she is. Yeah.
That sounded so...
More ways than one.
Yeah, that sounded so corny how I said it.
Yeah.
Ew, I sounded like a disc jockey. Okay, no. Yeah.
And more than one way to get high.
There's more than one way to get high there, Jackie.
TV's rock.
TV's rock.
1947. Or would it be 32? I don't know. Fuck it.
47, 32.
1947. TV's rock. I'm sorry. Okay.
Nope, stepped over my line. It's fine.
Yeah, all right. It wouldn't be the first time.
True.
All right. So she's trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. She is now on a balcony, and she's on what looks like the Capitol Records building.
It does.
As an apartment
I
complex.
didn't know they had, like, hotel rooms or apartment rooms. Maybe.
Well, they don't let anybody in.
Do they not?
I don't know. I never tried.
I've never tried either to go in the Capitol.
I should have tried once.
You should have tried. I mean, we were across the street all the time.
I got a record.
Yeah.
I got an album.
Yeah, I got an album. Listen to my mixtape.
Called Dick Cheeks.
Ew, Dick Cheese.
Schmegma.
Schmegma?
That's what it is.
Schmegma.
Schmegma. It's the Schmegma album. So she's like just doing balcony gymnastics, essentially. She's trying to keep her balance. And then all of a sudden she just falls. Well, she doesn't fall. She jumps.
She jumps. Yeah, it wasn't an accident. She did like a Pocahontas dive.
She did.
Chest fully out and exposed. Just like, I'm like the wind. I go just around the riverbed.
So she does the nosedive and lands on a fucking car.
Hard.
Now, I have a problem with her pose on the car because it's very like, and I wish I could just show you all the picture, but it's just very like elegant.
Yeah.
Like if you fucking just landed on a fucking car, metal, glass, and all kinds of shit. And all she just looks like she literally just laid down and posed.
She's like posing for a perfume ad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Tyra's in the background.
Yeah.
Okay, honey, give us some face.
Yeah, I want to see some smizing and be fierce and... We were all rooting for you! How dare you!
What have I done?
Learn something from this!
All right. So we got all that. And then cut to Danny Glover, Roger Murtaugh in a fucking bathtub. He's taking a bath.
He's taking a tub.
He's taking a tub.
That's what you like to
And
say.
I fucking love that shit because I'm a tubber. I take a fucking bath all the time.
Yeah, you do.
I'm not ashamed. I love baths.
Yep.
I think they're relaxing. Showers are boring as fuck. You just stand there, you wash yourself. Baths, you let the water do the work. That's all you gotta do. You just lay there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, he's taking a bath, and then all of his family comes in, and they're singing happy fucking birthday because he just turned 50.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? We're doing this film. It's during the holidays, and it's your birthday, and then it's also Roger's birthday too.
I know, I didn't plan it.
I had a hard time getting all of that out in one sentence.
It's okay, you did great.
Oh my god, what's wrong with me?
You did fantastic.
Anyway, birthday tub and cake family.
Yes, birthday tub and cake and family. So, fuck me, the wine. Or the beer. Anywho. So, Roger is blowing out the candles and doing all kinds of shit, and then his daughter Rianne has this hilarious line of, you got gray in your beard, makes you look old. And then you get the saxophone. And Roger just like looks into the mirror and is like, God damn, I'm getting too old for this shit. You know, the famous line.
Yeah, he says.
It's in Danny Glover's fucking contract.
Does he say it in like every movie?
He says in Predator 2.
He does not.
He says in Predator 2. When he's on the balcony and the fucking pigeons are like fucking fly at him and he almost falls off, he's just, I'm getting too old for this shit. He says it in Maverick. I'm getting too old for this shit. It's in his contract, I swear to God.
Is Lethal Weapon, is it the first time he said it?
I think so.
Wow.
I'm pretty fucking positive, yeah.
You know what? I mean, when you strike gold, you want to keep it going. Like, when I think of, like, drag queens, when they say something hilarious on RuPaul's Drag Race,
Yeah.
they use that.
Oh.
Like, to death. Like, hey, remember, this was my funny line on Drag Race. Most of the time it works. Sometimes it's like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
He said it.
Yeah.
But, hey, good for him.
Yeah. So, then we get a meeting of Martin. Well, we don't get a meeting out of the two, but we meet. Us as the audience meet Martin Riggs, Mel Gibson's character. And his meeting is very...
The opposite?
Slum, yeah. Very, like, burnout. You know, he's butt-ass naked in a trailer park. He's got the TV randomly on, which we do all the time. Mm-hmm. Gets up, grabs a random fucking beer, starts drinking it, goes, takes a fucking piss. Like, this is how we meet him. Mm-hmm. Just, like you said, polar opposites. And then we've got Roger going to the crime scene of the death of who is... What the fuck was her name?
Not Dixie.
No.
Dixie's the other girl.
Amanda Hunsaker. Amanda Hunsaker was her name. So he goes to the crime scene, finds out that Amanda Hunsaker is the daughter of an old Vietnam buddy of his, Michael Hunsaker. And he takes it personally. He was like, oh my God, you know, I need to be in touch with Michael. Because Michael was trying to get a hold of Roger.
Yeah.
Mind you. He was trying to get a hold of him. And Roger didn't know why. So we'll get there. So now we got Riggs at a fucking Christmas tree, like, plant or shop or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Well, where you buy Christmas trees outside.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. A fucking plot, if you will. Ooh, that's a Christmas tree plot? No. Parking lot? I don't fucking know.
Oh, I kind of get what you were trying to go with. Okay.
Yeah, I was trying.
I was halfway on board.
Plot. Parking lot.
Parking
Anywho.
lot, plot, yeah.
So he's there. He's checking out some either cocaine or fucking. I think it was coke. I don't know. But anywho, he was testing out some form of drug, and then we get him being with these guys, and he's all like, I'll take the lot, and they're like, congratulations, man, yeah! And then
like he just bought an engagement ring to his
exactly.
longtime girlfriend. Oh my god, congratulations.
Yeah, how long's it? How much? 100. Oh, that's it? If he starts counting out 20, 40, 50, 60, and then the one guy's like, 100,000, dumb shit! And he's just like, oh, I can't afford that on my salary. No. But how about this? And he pulls out a badge, puts it on the table. Mm-hmm. How about I take the lot off you, and you guys can go to jail? How about that? Fucking random dude in the back of a truck just fucking pops off the guy selling the shit. The other two dudes get fucked. Well, the one other guy gets popped, and then another one disappears in the fucking maze of Christmas trees. So now we got fucking Mel running around and trying to find this dude. All the other cops show up, and then the fucking guy just comes out of nowhere, has a gun to Mel's head, and is all like, freeze, dumb shit! And Mel's like, well, Riggs is like, hey, shoot him, telling everybody to shoot him. And then Riggs is like, no, you just shoot me. And the guy's like, you're fucking crazy. Riggs fucking turns around, headbutts the fuck, does all kinds of bad shit, and then fucking is like about to just pop this dude off. And the guy's fucking, there's fear in his eyes. He's literally like, oh my god, this guy's crazy. All the cops are like, Riggs, you ain't worth it, dude. Leave it alone.
Yeah, it just seemed a little weird that he's just not to say that drugs aren't bad, but he's just a drug dealer. Why is he getting so crazy about wanting to kill this guy? It's I don't know.
Well, Riggs is a psychotic. They pretty much kind of pinpoint that throughout the film, that he is psychotic, he's crazy, and we're about to learn. So jumping over to the scene where he is in his trailer watching fucking Looney Tunes Christmas. Mm-hmm. He's got a picture of him and his wife getting on their wedding day, on his lap. He's got his gun in his hand and a particular bullet that he is prepping and getting ready to put into the
Dusting
chamber.
Dusting it off, blowing it.
Giving it a blow, just doing all this shit. And he puts it in, and he starts to, tear up. He starts to get really fucking emotional, and he puts the gun to his fucking head, and he's starting to, freak out. The music is getting intense, and then he puts it in his fucking mouth. Music's getting even more intense, and then he just couldn't do it. He takes the gun out, and you see that clip, that shot of the red from the safety.
Yeah, does that mean that the safety is off?
Yeah, red, you're dead.
Red, you're dead.
Red, you're dead.
Okay.
So if fucking safety, if the red is showing, your safety's off. Red, you're dead.
Okay.
Essentially. So, yeah, so he fucking just loses it. He has a breakdown, takes the gun out, and I love this scene because of how powerful it is, and Mel does such a great job of but he's a crier, man. I mean, he's one of those people that he leaves his eyes open so his eyes water or whatever, so that he can get all those tears and his eyys go red and I don't even know.
Is that what he does? Is that
I
his
think
thing?
so. I'm pretty darn that his thing is he doesn't blink. He leaves his eyes open as long as he can.
Yeah, it's an interesting technique. A lot of people do it, and then some people do the things under their eyes, like the Vicks or something.
And some can just do it.
Some can just do it.
Some can just naturally fucking do it.
How do you do it?
I found that exercise that Amy, I can't remember fucking last name, but one of our teachers at AMDA, an exercise that she put me through.
Amy Mormon?
Amy Mormon,
yes.
Thank you. she put us through like this exercise, and I was one of the lucky few that got picked to do it.
Yeah, I didn't get to do it.
And it was this, I don't know if I talked about it on the show. Did I talk about it on this show yet? I don't know if I did. I can't remember. We did a lot of episodes. I can't fucking remember.
I know. It's getting hard to remember what we have or haven't talked about.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we don't have to like...
Well, I won't get into like detail, but essentially it was an exercise about like, you think of a place, you think of like the shit around you and a feeling or whatever, and it's supposed to like take you to this emotional roller coaster in your fucking mind. And it took me back to a particular like moment in my life, and I just started fucking bawling. I started bawling, and it was funny because the scene that I was trying to do, I had to be gay in this scene. And I was being the cliche, I guess you could say, gay. I was just, oh, bitch, please, what? He's my bitch.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
mine, honey.
Yeah.
I was doing that, and then she was like, no, do it again, do it different, and, do it doucement. Do it very sexy.
Do it slowly.
So-
Yeah. Do it slowly.
But no, she had me do that exercise. And then I started crying after doing that exercise. I'm fucking crying. And then she goes, somebody get him a fucking needle and thread. And she goes, now try to thread that needle. And I was like, okay. Because somebody just randomly, literally had a fucking needle and thread. And,
well, it is a theater college.
it is,
so.
isn't it? Oh, yeah, it's true. So I'm trying to thread this needle and I'm fucking bawling. And I'm like doing the scene. I'm like, is Trevor there? I'm like, please, I really need to talk to him. No, bitch, listen. And I'm just fucking bawling. But anyway, that was that, and it had me fucking bawling. So it's like, long story short, again, you just dig into an emotion that you have literally felt. And we've talked about, like, now that we're old and we have felt, we've lived life a little more.
Yeah, we have a lot more experience
Yeah.
than we did. Yeah.
We can really dive into, I think, like our emotions a lot more easily. Like early 20s, that's when I did that. Like, yeah, I thought I knew what life was. I thought I've experienced hardships, which I did at the time. But now it's like, whoo!
Yeah, and I feel like that's why I had a little bit of an advantage than most, because I went back to school in my late 20s. And so I've had a lot more experiences in life than most that are at that school that are like, 2021.
Yeah.
I had the maturity, and I really did stick with the whole it's pretty much like finding a trigger.
Right.
And using that to ignite. It doesn't even have anything to do with what I'm doing in the scene. It just triggers that the emotion. The emotion of being upset or sad or something.
Exactly.
And that's what worked for me. But the thing is, another trick, y'all, is it's not believable when you see someone just like really bawling and crying. It's more believable when you watch someone trying to not cry.
Yes. And that was essentially what it was for me, because it was like I was telling that story, but at the same time I was like, I'm fucking crying. Like, why the fuck? Like, no, I don't do this. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's dead giveaway that it's not real when it's just like, like, all right, you're acting, bitch. Like,
calm it down.
Calm it down.
Attempt to not do it.
Yeah.
Because that's what we would do in real life.
Crying is a very, very vulnerable thing. Crying and coming, very, very, very vulnerable when you're acting. So let's leave it at that.
Oh Lord, the crying cum.
The crying comes.
It's a new drink. Can I get a crying cum?
We call it the white stuff.
Oh my god. Alright, so I pretty much like lost. I'm just gonna go with this fucking episode. We're just gonna go with whatever the fuck pops into my noggin. So next day, Raj is now pretty much, he finds out that Amanda Hunsaker was murdered. So even though she jumped and killed herself, the pills and all the drugs that she did were laced with, like, I can't remember, it was like fucking bleach or some type of like cleaning solution or something.
That causes her to kill herself?
No. It was poison. She was poisoned, but she killed herself.
See, that's
the
where I got
confusion.
really confused.
That's the confusing bit with this film. That's what this film does get people in that, because it got me. Mm-hmm. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
But because you really gotta like listen. She was drugged and her drugs were poisoned. But the thing that confuses you is that she just kills herself fucking willy-nilly.
Yeah, she just looks like she got a little too high and thought she can fly.
Right, but she would have died, and essentially she would have died even though she didn't kill herself. So it was considered murder because she had poison in her bloodstream.
Okay.
So they were like, okay, it's a murder. She was poisoned. Mm-hmm. Like, she killed herself, but
see, I
poison.
didn't get that. That's why I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it's very subtle when they talk about it.
Oh, maybe that was a little too subtle for some of us that weren't really into wanting to watch the film in the first place.
Well, sure. So they talk about that, and then you see the captain and the psychiatrist talk briefly, and I'm just going to bring them up because if I ever, and when I do ever do the other ones, they are in them. But the psychiatrist is trying to talk to the captain and is trying to say, Riggs is fucking psychotic, he's suicidal, you know. Mm-hmm. And the captain is just like, bunch of psych bullshit, I see this all the time.
Fucking psychobabble bullshit, asshole!
He's just trying to get a pension.
Is that why they call it what is it?
A psycho pension.
A psych pension or psycho... Okay. Like he's faking it.
Exactly.
He's trying to act like he's crazy so they don't want him on the job.
And they pay him to get him off.
They pay him to get... Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what... Psych pension. So she's trying to say, no, he really is fucked up. Like, get him off the force because he's going to get himself or somebody else killed.
Yeah.
And the captain's just like, he's a good cop. He's a tough son of a bitch. I've seen this before. Captain's essentially trying to not get him fired. From this movie, I don't know on a personal aspect because I really don't know. But this film really portrays cops and psychiatrists as like fucking the enemy, man. Because
like they're in a feud.
Exactly. Because, well, essentially her job is to pretty much...
Psychoanalyze
cops and get them off the fucking force. Pretty much fire them. Essentially get them fucking fired. Make them lose their jobs. Because if she thinks that... Or if they think that, you know, you can't fucking perform your duties because you're mentally... You're depressed, you're mentally unstable, whatever it is. You lose your fucking job, you lose your fucking... Essentially, you... pretty much lose your livelihood.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like... So that's why I think they really do portray that. I don't know on a real life basis because I don't I know cops, but I don't, like, talk to them on a fucking basis. Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah. And I don't really know any therapists who
deal with cops.
Yeah. So, you know, it's like...
It's funny because there's, like... In films and TV, like, there's always that struggling cop who's having, like, a hard time mentally, like, dealing with the job or dealing with something in his past that, like, he can't get through, but he's a workhorse and he's good at what he does, but, man, there's something dark in that cop.
Yeah.
Did you agree?
No, yeah, absolutely.
That happens a lot.
It does. I mean, fucking Max Payne.
Sure.
Yeah, Max Payne. But, you know... But yeah, we got that shit. And Raj finds out he's got a new partner. And his partner's apparently a burnout. And he's just like, new partner again? You know? And then he sees Mel, and he's looking at Mel and all suspicious and shit. Because Mel Riggs doesn't look like a fucking cop at this point. He just looks like a fucking crook on a desk.
Yeah.
So Riggs pulls out his gun and starts fucking analyzing it. And then Murtaugh fucking runs at him. Gun! And I love it because Riggs even, like, does a stance and is looking around like, who's got it? Yeah. Fucking Murtaugh tackles him and Riggs is like, what the fuck? And then just drops Murtaugh. Mm-hmm. And then the kid fucking detective comes up and just goes, hey, Raj, meet your new partner.
Isn't it? That's so adorable. It kind of reminds me of, like, a romantic comedy when, like, a new couple, like, meet. They, like, bump into each other and they fall into the water. Then they look at each other and it's like,
Right.
Maybe at first they hate each other and then they fall in love or something. I don't know. I just want.
Well, they are the odd couple.
They are the odd couple.
In fucking deed, they are.
Here's my question. Okay, so Roger is 50 in this.
Yes.
How old is Martin supposed to be? Because
I don't think
he's not like young. He's not like just a new guy on the force.
Believe it or not, I'm trying to figure it out because I don't think they necessarily talk about it. But if this takes place in '87, he was in Nam, but he did say
Mel Gibson's character was in Nam.
He was in Nam, but he did say when I was 19, I did a guy in Laos from 1,000 yards out. So he was a fucking teenager.
Yeah.
Roger was probably in his 30s. So my assumption is that Riggs is at least 30. Well, a little older maybe, but he's in his 30s.
Well, yeah, 30 and 50. Yeah.
That's my thought because again, he talks. Roger's always like an old man, but as the movies go on and on, they are so similar in age. So it's really hard to tell, believe it or not.
Yeah, I wonder if they didn't really think it through. Like they thought, oh, well, Mel Gibson, he's like
maybe he's supposed to be in his 40s. I don't know.
Yeah, or it just could be a joke because when you reach 50,
because I think my dad is like Mel Gibson's age, and my dad missed Nam. Mm-hmm. He missed Nam by a couple years.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. He wasn't drafted or anything, but again, Riggs's character. He fucking obviously went in. He volunteered.
Yeah.
So, again, I don't know. His age is a mystery. We know Roger's 50. If they do talk about it and I fucking missed it, then that's on me, contemplators. But I don't think that they mention Riggs's age.
Yeah.
We just know that he's younger than Roger.
Right.
So.
Did Roger get any, rundown on who his partner is? Or it's just like, hey, surprise!
He knows that Riggs is essentially... He hears the rumors that Riggs is trying to get the psycho pension.
Oh, okay.
So he's like, I'm with the fucking guy who just is trying to get a psycho pension and is nuts and all this bullshit.
So it's more than just, the captain knowing it. Like, there's a rumor...
going around.
Is spreading.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then we see that with this suicide suit. There is a jumper. And Roger is all like, have you ever dealt with a fucking suicide jumper before? And he's like, oh, yeah, hundreds of times, Riggs. And he goes, okay, I want you to go talk to him. He goes, okay, sure. Why? Roger. And he goes, huh? He goes, oh, 10-4. Because he says Roger and he confuses Roger. He goes, Roger. Huh? 10-4. Oh. So then he goes up and Riggs talks to this jumper. And this jumper is...
I want to call it the Battle of the Mullets.
Jesus Christ.
Because, first of all, Mel Gibson's mullet is huge. And then the jumper guy, he has a equally huge mullet. And just watching the two of them just battle it out with their little
I didn't do anything wrong.
Farrah Fawcett hair just tossing in the breeze up on a ledge.
I'm only hurting me. Yeah, I know, man. You're hurting. Oh, God. So goofy. But such a funny scene. And so Riggs, he fucking puts a cigarette down as bait and is all like, here, man, have a smoke with me. Jumper grabs the cigarette. Riggs moves in, lights a fucking lighter, and then handcuffs the fuck and is all like, okay, you're coming with me now. You could jump, but you're going to take me with you, and that's murder. So the guy's like, fuck you, I'm jumping! And he goes, do you really want to jump?
Yeah.
Do ya? Okay, let's jump, pal. It's a fucking crazy!
So, question. They land on one of those, parachute things. Was that there when the guy, wanted to jump? Why would the guy still be, scared knowing that there's something down there that's going to...
I don't think he knew. This could be on Hollywood, but I don't know if he knew that they made that or not. Because we as the audience don't know there.
Yeah, we don't know. But I'm thinking,
But in reality, I can only think that somebody would hear that thing blowing up.
Or see it. It was fucking huge.
It, exactly. So, I don't know. In this aspect, it's film.
I'm
Hollywood.
only asking questions, man.
Right. No, and rightfully so. So they land. Roger is fucking livid. He is because at first, when he even saw Riggs go out on the ledge, he was like, oh my God, don't go out on the ledge. So Roger fucking takes him into this, like, abandoned shop. You and me! Come here! Come here now! You know, yelling.
Like he's talking like a dog that like, took a shit on the fucking bed or something.
And I love when he slams the door.
You here, now, you here. Like, oh my God, I'm sorry.
I just love when he slams the door and the door just swings.
I don't, what, like, was that like a take that, like, the door just so happened to not shut? Because wouldn't it have been more dramatical if the door slammed shut? But no, it just, like, swung
I
open.
think that was supposed to be funny in that ad, but Roger's so heated that it made it funny.
It made it funny, okay.
But it was because the guy was working on it. Like, I think
They were like...
There was construction going on and wherever the fuck they walked in. Because the guy was... And Roger
like
pushes the guy out of the way. Yeah.
Hey, man.
Roger's like, get the fuck out of... You and me! Yeah. And then they go and he goes, you want to die? And he was like, I'm not afraid of him. You answer the fucking question. Do you want to die? What do you want to hear, man? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm yelling. What do you want to hear, man? Do you want to hear every night I dream about eating a bullet? Yeah, I do, okay? Shit like that.
Yeah, he said that he, like, specifically made the bullet super...
He has a hollow point bullet, a specific bullet for the occasion. A hollow point so that when he does it, it blows the back of his head off.
Yeah, it would be really...
Do the job.
That'd be the worst if you try to, like, shoot yourself in the face or the head and it didn't do the job.
Yeah.
You are fucked.
Which is exactly why he was like, I'm going to do it with a hollow point, because I want the thing to blow the back of my fucking skull out.
Yeah. Ugh.
And then Roger's all like, if you want to do it here, take my gun. No, put it in your mouth. Make sure. You know, doing all this and fucking...
It's so intense, but like, I don't know, goofy at the same time.
I don't think that's goofy at all.
I thought it was not like goofy, it was too much. Because like, Mel Gibson, he does these like crazy eyes that it kind of threw it.
Well, that's Mel because of the fact that he's like really... I don't want to say that it's Mel, but I think just Riggs in general is so like antsy. And I mean... I can't necessarily put myself in his shoes because I haven't had the PTSD of losing a wife to a fucking drunken car accident.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is what happened.
Yeah, she died. Someone was a drunk driver
hit.
It was
a hit.
Drunk driver hit her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was all we know is that she was driving and a drunk driver hit her. Mm-hmm. And
that's it.
That was pretty much it, you know. But he has like huge PTSD, and he even talks. He has that. He talks and he says, you know, I'm not afraid to die. And every night I think of a reason to not do it. And you want to know what the reason is? It's the job.
Yeah.
The job is my reason. The job kept him from his wife in life and is keeping him from his wife in death. He wants to kill himself, but the job, he needs to do the job. He needs to go bust bad guys.
Yeah. He's tormented.
Exactly. So Roger is like seeing this shit, and fucking Briggs pulls the trigger, and Roger catches it with his fucking thumb. And then Roger's like, you're not trying to draw a psycho pension. You're literally crazy.
And Mel with his crazy eyes. I'm hungry.
Exactly. I'm going to go get something to eat. And then he just goes. And then we have this scene where Roger's on, the car phones.
He's on the briefcase
The briefcase car phones. My favorite. I loved those as a kid, man.
They're fun. They're like toys.
I thought they were so cool when I was a kid. I used to play with my dads all the time. I expect... Hello. Yeah. They'd be like, stop that.
Yeah. I'm outside. I'm on the phone.
Yeah, I got a briefcase phone. What do you fuckers have? But he's on the briefcase phone. He's talking to the psychiatrist. Mm-hmm. And he's like, what can you tell me about him? She goes, all I know is that if you're around him when this guy goes, like, that's it. You don't want to be around him. He's psychotic. And he goes, thank you, doctor. You've been very helpful. And Riggs is all like, hey, what happened? Did you have a really bad personal phone call? Did the stock market drop?
Yeah.
You know, all this
He's
shit.
eating his, like, sandwich or burger, whatever food he got. Here, have some fries.
Yep.
Calm down.
So they go to, well, I skipped Michael Hunsaker a little bit, but that's okay. Fuck
Well,
him.
we see him again.
Yeah, we do. So fuck Michael Hunsaker for a minute. We gotta save time. So we go to this mansion, fucking like drug dealer house.
Lifestyles of the rich and shameless.
Right styles of the rich and shameless. Now, I'm backtracking because I forgot one of the most important fucking moments, and honestly, one of my favorite, well, a couple of my favorite moments in this film. We meet Gary Busey,
Yeah, he's like barely in
Mr.
this
Joshua.
movie.
He is barely in it, but he is like a main. He's the villain.
Yeah, he's such a... I don't know. We'll get there.
And
at
then
the
there's
end.
like there's the general. He was literally the general. That's Mitchell Ryan's character. So they go. We're at this fucking. I think it's like a Korean club. I don't even know. But it's a nightclub, and these guys are patting this dude down. This dude comes in, and he's just fucking wired off his ass. And Mr. Joshua, Gary Busey, is all like, pat him down, Mr. Sturgis, or whatever. All these dudes are like Mr. Matthew,
yeah.
Mr. Matthew, Mr. Joshua, Mr. Jonas.
Yeah, like an all-male cast of Clue.
Exactly, yeah. But with first names instead of last names.
Yeah.
So they're patting him down, and then he goes and meets the general, and the general is just firm and is all like, you want to do business with us, yes? And he goes, what the fuck? I hate this. You got mercenaries, man. And then he goes, do you smoke? I was like, what do you fucking mean? Do you smoke? Yeah, I smoke. Give me a lighter. Give it to me! And then he pulls out his lighter and grabs the fucking guy, and all the two dudes behind him fucking back up and come on up in him. And then fucking, Mr. Joshua, your left arm, please. And then fucking lights the lighter, and Joshua just puts, and I've done this, Joshua puts...
I'm sure you've done
I
this.
have. Joshua puts the fucking, his skin over the fucking lighter, and is just bubbling, man. He's burning his skin, and Joshua's just like, I fucking love it. I fucking love it. And the dude's like, you guys are fucking sick. Oh, man. Smelling that shit. Oh, man. You guys are fucking, you're out there, man. You're out there like Pluto, man. And then the general's just like, Mr. Joshua, take that to Endo, see what he can do. Yes, sir. Just walks off. And then the dude's like, you guys are fucking crazy. You wish to do business with us, yes? Huh? You wish to do business with us, yes? Oh, yeah. Good. Then find the shipment here at da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Merry Christmas. Yeah, sure, whatever. Merry Christmas. If you fuck this up, you will meet with Mr. Joshua. Right, Joshua. Right. That's it.
And scene.
And scene indeed. Scene and fucking deed. So now that we're done with that, let's move on over to the lifestyles of the rich and shameless.
Lifestyles of the rich and shameless.
Exactly.
Yeah, it sounds like you wanted to say shameless first.
I was going to say famous, and then I said shameless.
Lifestyles of the rich and the famous. Ugh, God, that just came out of me. Oh, I hate myself. Anyway.
Champagne wishes and caviar dreams. So they get to this house, and they're all like, Riggs is like, do you have a fucking warrant? Do we have a warrant? And Murtaugh's all like, we don't need a warrant with a closed gate. And then the gate opens. And then this girl comes out, hi guys, come on in, make yourselves at home.
She's on like a little moped or something. Like, how is she totally cool like these random guys?
She probably thinks they're buyers.
Hi guys, this is the fun drug house.
Right.
We're not we're not like the crazy, scary kind of drug houses. We're the cool, fun, young club.
Right. And even Murtaugh's just like, don't need a warrant, we're invited in.
Yeah.
It just drives right in. But the goofy part is when they see the girls, and then Murtaugh fucking just flashes his piece. It's like, dude, come on, man. And then the dude, the drug dealer, who apparently is Amanda Hunsaker's sugar daddy. He was her fucking like pimp, if you will, I guess you could say.
The proper word is pimp, if you will.
Thank you. So he pops off a fucking shotgun round over at Roger, and Roger shoots him in the leg. Riggs ties up the girls. Roger goes over and is all like, look here, see how I did this? I shot him in the leg. I didn't fill him full of holes, and I didn't throw him off a building. Riggs is all like, the building guy lived. Yeah, but whatever. You go ahead and cuff him, arrest him, and I'm gonna stand over here and be happy. And I love this. The dude gets a gun. He pulls a fucking gun out and is about to shoot Roger. And then Riggs is like...
Oh, yeah.
Riggs is like, he's got a gun! And then looks at Roger and does this face like, you dumb motherfucker, what did I tell you? You know, his face just says it all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to really describe what the face is. It's like he's mad.
Yeah, he just stares at me. He's just like, see?
Fuck, are you kidding me?
Yeah. And then they go into they fall into the pool. The
guy,
drug dealer falls into the pool. And like you said during the watching of the film.
Oh God, I've never seen a pool cover like that before. Where
it's thin.
It's this thin piece of plastic. Could you imagine? I mean, it's horrible to think of, like an adult falling into this pool and gets... Opie's trying to come in the room.
I beg your fucking pardon. You lost your fucking privileges, dude.
He's gonna open that door, man. He knows how to open doors. He's like a raptor.
Ellie, the door locks. Get the doors.
Anyway.
He's gonna come through.
But you fall into a pool with this thin plastic bag, you're gonna fucking suffocate. Could you imagine if a child that doesn't even know how to swim falls in that shit?
It's a good thing it was a drug house.
I know, exactly, but still, like, I've never seen a pool cover like that. And you're like, oh, just in case leaves fall on it. There are...
Well, this was 87.
I guess the years of, like, not being safe or something.
I mean, fuck,
I don't know.
Fuck,
there were even, like, freak accidents. I don't know. I've never...
Well, maybe that was the first fucking, like, leaf cover that they ever made. And then they discovered, oh, we can do, like, a tarp-like material that'll be thicker.
Thicker, and you won't fall into the pool and suffocate. Anyway, I'm just angry about that because that is so dumb. I mean, even you... Okay, you just said, oh, it's a drug house. People are getting fucking high and shit, stumbling and bumbling along. I'm sure there's booze involved. You know, people fall in the pool all the time at parties.
And watching enough James Bond fucking movies, I'm sure that the dude fucking did that on purpose so that maybe that's how he does away with some of the dudes that don't fucking pay him. Maybe he's like, you know, you owe me, Harry. And he goes, well, I'll pay you again, Jeremy. I swear I'll get you the money. All right, you will. Boom! Pulls him into the fucking pool, and the dude you try to get out. And then the condom wraps around and fucking just goddamn suffocates his ass. And then he's like, Jim! And then the fucker just gets entangled. So maybe that was intentional.
You're in, like, full, like, performance mode tonight.
I'm feeling it, man. I've had a couple beers. I'm having wine. It's my birthday. I get to do what I want.
You can do exactly what you want. And you had coffee, too, so...
Vanilla well, I'm immune to coffee. It doesn't even work anyway.
I know.
I drink too much. I drink like water, man. Problem.
You do drink it like water.
I do. Bless you.
Bless you. Okay, so the guy, they try to save him. Mm-hmm. And, of course, the guy goes, like, cross-eyed.
After Riggs fucking shoots his ass.
Him, yeah.
Yeah, the guy goes cross-eyed.
Yeah. He drowns. He drowns so quickly.
Yep. And then they come up, and Riggs just goes, oops. Oops. So... They dry up. They do whatever. Roger goes, apologizes, and is all like, you know, come home with me. Let's have dinner at my place. He wants to get to know Riggs a little more. Riggs meets his family. He meets his daughters, his son, his wife. They're having dinner. I think that's a very cute scene.
It's adorable. Because it's Riggs gets to see a different side of life. I mean, things that could possibly be worth living.
And could have been,
yeah. Mm. And still can be possible.
And we see Roger as husband, daddy Roger, who's very loving, very carefree, you know, instead of like office Roger.
Uptight, Bob executive, which way is business.
Right. Yeah. And even Roger likes to poke at his wife with her fucking shitty cooking. Yeah. And even that moment, he's like, we've got some brown roast-like substance. Roger, you're being an asshole. Like, I'm sorry, babe. But they're having dinner, and Rianne, his oldest daughter, is flirting hard with Riggs. She's going in.
He's just laughing. He's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, this is happening.
I don't know.
Weird.
I don't know how to react to
And
this.
Roger is like, he's like smiling but pissed. It's like that pissed off smile.
You call him Mr. Riggs.
Yeah, Martin. You call me Martin. Martin, Mr. Riggs.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Riggs. And then her mom, who is very like understanding, is all like, Rianne, this isn't the first time we've had company. And her younger sister's all
Put your
like,
tongue back in your mouth, honey.
Rianne loves Martin. You know, they do the beatbox thing, and Roger tries. It's very cute.
Oh, my grandmother's calling.
Oh no,
To wish you a happy birthday,
Should I
probably.
Paul?
If you want.
Okay, go ahead, Paul. So, they have their dinner.
Yes.
And Riggs and Murtaugh, Riggs is leaving, and then they bond a little bit, and then that's when Riggs is like, you don't trust me, do you? And Murtaugh's all like, you get through tomorrow without killing anybody and me and yourself, and, you know, I'll start trusting you.
Maybe I'll start trusting you.
And then that's when Riggs gives off the, you know, when I was 19, I did a guy in Laos at 1,000 yards. Probably 10 people in the world can make that shot. And pretty much saying that all he's good at is killing people. The only thing Riggs can do is kill people.
Oh, that's what that meant.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
So then we have that hilarious, the next, I guess, essentially scene would be they were doing their weapons training, and, you know, Riggs literally, you see how they're pretty much spoon-feeding us what a good shot Riggs is.
Yeah.
And then he does the smiley face and have a nice day.
Yeah.
But they go to see this hooker named Dixie. And they go to talk to Dixie because Dixie, we find out, was with Amanda Hunsaker the night of her death. And she pretended to be a fucking just prostitute on the street who witnessed it. But she was the one who actually poisoned Amanda. So these kids are there, and we have these kids as comic relief.
They're so adorable.
They were,
especially the one with wearing the 3D glasses.
Yeah. Oh, this is Alfred. Yeah. So they go. Riggs and Murtaugh are going up to Dixie's house. The house fucking blows up, and the kids are all like, "Oh my god, did you see that? That was awesome!"
Yeah.
You know, all that
They
shit.
think it's cool. They're not
Yeah,
like
they're
scared.
Do it again. Yeah. Fucking Riggs, give me a break, guys.
Yeah, give me a break. Well,
You know? And then they go to talk to the kids, and they're trying to figure it out. And one of the detectives is like, "This is the young fellow who saw the meter mate." The guy from the gas company and the gas company said we didn't have anybody scheduled to go out there at all, so nobody went out there. So he's trying to talk to this kid, and Murtaugh's all like, "Well, what's your name?" And then one of the kids is like, "Don't tell him your name, Alfred." And he goes, "Alfred. Oh, this is Alfred. Oh, Alfred, meet Alfred. Alfred, hi." You know, just being this fucking cartoonish dad, like so funny.
Putting on the dad voice.
Yeah. Murtaugh and the detective and everybody are just like, let's get the kids ice cream.
Yeah.
You know, ice cream. Go get them ice cream. Not you, Alfred. You know.
You stay.
And then he's trying to talk to Alfred, and Alfred sees Riggs' tattoo and is all like, you know, he had that. And Riggs is like, "Are you sure? Exactly that?" And he goes, "Yep, I remembered. He even had a knife even." And then he goes, "Roger, this is Special Forces tattoo." So we now know that the guy who planted these particular bombs is in Special Forces, as was Riggs.
Kind of.
So we've got professionals doing this fucking drug business. And then we find out that, well, they kill fucking Michael Hunsaker. Michael Hunsaker, he spills the fucking beans.
Yeah.
Now, I love his death because, again, another posed death in my opinion. He has the fucking eggnog right up to his chest, and then dramatic effect, let's shoot him, have it go through the eggnog so that the eggnog starts spewing. Not one of my favorites. Some of these deaths were just...
little goofy.
The only thing I can say is posed.
Posed, yeah.
They just said they were posed. And it was just really annoying. It was just like, because they're having their argument. Now, argument in that aspect, Hunsucker does pick up the eggnog and you don't see him put it down. But it's at a shot. And he's arguing with Roger, and he's all like, Roger's on top of him. I want to know your buyer. I want to know who this is. I want to know everything. And Michael's all like, Roger, I have another daughter. You cannot protect her. No. And they are literally arguing. Shot to the helicopter coming. And then next thing we know, that's when the bullet goes flying. Hunsucker has the fucking eggnog right in front of his fucking chest, like he's getting ready to take a picture, and then the fucking bullet flies right out of him. So that's like, again, I love this movie, but these are things that I like just can't stand.
Yeah.
Like, they're just so annoying to me.
Yeah, not every movie can be perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Riggs is like fucking popping off rounds at this helicopter trying to hit it, and then a drive-by happens next scene, and they shoot Riggs. They shoot fucking Riggs. He goes through a window.
Yeah, you're thinking he's done.
Yeah. But he wore his bulletproof vest, which he was lucky.
Yeah, I thought the moment of like, wow, maybe he's starting to care.
Yeah.
About his life or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And then fucking, he gets up and he's all like, Riggs, Murtaugh's all like, 1 inch higher and that would have hit your heart. 1 inch lower, I would have been a falsetto for life. But he's pissed. They're ready to go.
Yeah,
Rianne gets fucking captured.
Yeah.
She gets kidnapped.
Guy with the blonde hair and dimples.
Yeah, that's the guy who's dating my daughter. We gotta go.
Yeah. He's like, how'd you know? The dispatch.
How'd you know that, Sarge? Over.
Yeah.
Get in here!
Yeah.
Get in here! So they meet in a desert. Murtaugh brings a grenade, and Riggs, they think Riggs is dead.
Yeah.
Now, they phone in, and one of the detectives for robbery was like, oh yeah, Martin Riggs was killed and shot. And then he does a smile off, like, camera. He's just kind of like...
Yeah, that was a very quick one. I was wondering, like, if that was, like, a planned thing. Like,
yeah, they planned it. Riggs was like, they
believed.
think I'm dead, so we're going to play it off.
Like, they think...
Yeah. So when they phoned in to see what happened, they just told every news broadcaster and everybody, they were just like, Martin Riggs was killed and shot today. So they're making the drop to get Rianne back, and Riggs is off doing what he does. He's sniping and starts popping off the dudes left and right. Roger throws a smoke grenade. That helicopter fucking chase with the with the car, I still think is, like, really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Rianne gets in the car.
What? She gets
in, like, a limo.
A limo.
Yeah, she gets in, like, a limo.
Like a white 80s limo.
And is, like, driving through the desert, and then the helicopter just, like, fucking tries to, like, land on it, but gets the legs in between and, like, gets her to, like, spin out or something. I don't fucking remember. But... they get Rianne. They now have all fucking three because the general gets Riggs. Mm-hmm. The general finds Riggs. And then they're torturing him. Riggs is getting electrocuted. The thing that kind of gets my nuts a little bit is that Riggs and Joshua. Like, Joshua, I get it. Like, special forces and everything could have so many people that you don't know who's who. Mm-hmm. And they do hint that, like, the general's heard of Riggs. Joshua's heard of Riggs. Like, all of this shit. But it's almost like they were trying to build up the fact, like, Joshua has this vendetta against Riggs, and it's almost like, why?
That's when this film really lost me because it made it sound like that they had some type of connection or past.
Yeah.
But you don't really get told what it is.
Yeah.
It's just, what word of mouth?
That's what it, like, comes off to, but at the same time, I didn't talk about this, but in the beginning, like, they did a lot of, like, reshoots. Like, in the beginning, they made a shot of Riggs's first appearance in the film at a bar, and he they made his first appearance at a bar getting drunk and beating the shit out of these guys, but they were like, we didn't want to do it because we didn't want Riggs to come off so dark right away. You know? So my only thought is, did they have more things that they did not show us? You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. But, yeah, that's another complaint that I agree with you, is the Joshua Riggs thing. It's like, come on. And I know they try it with the General and Riggs and so, we've heard of each other. Yeah, I've heard of you Shadow Company pussies in my time in Laos and all that shit.
Yeah.
But anywho, yeah, they're torturing. Riggs is getting electroshock treatment and water. And fucking Murtaugh's
his shirt's
getting
off. They're doing it on his abs. Like,
Murtaugh's getting salt in the wounds. Like,
because he got shot in the arm.
He got shot in the arm. Yeah. I mean, when I get chiggers, I rub salt in there. It's kind of become a pleasurable thing.
Okay, let's not go there. That's weird.
What? Rubbing salt in the chigger wound?
Yeah. I'm sorry. That's fucking weird.
Yeah. Another reason why I take baths.
Another reason why you take baths.
Rub salt in my bath wound. Anywho.
Is it lavender bath salts?
No, I don't rub that shit on. It's just straight up kosher. Gotta be healthy.
Yeah.
So, all that, and then Rianne, they're like, we're gonna fucking torture Rianne.
Yeah.
You tell it. And the whole point is they want to know about the shipment. They want to know what Michael Hunsaker told them, which he didn't tell them anything.
No, he didn't.
Because they killed him before he could do so. But they're sitting there like, we know he told you and we want to know. Well, long story short in that aspect, fucking Riggs fucking breaks out and is able to save Roger and Rianne. They're running around. They're chasing Joshua. They're chasing the General throughout L.A. Roger gets the General. Blows his ass up. And then Mr. Joshua gets away. Well, Mr. Joshua knows where fucking Murtaugh lives, goes there. They do have a black and white outside the house. Joshua kills the cops, and then he walks into the house, and, like, Scrooge is on. Like, I can't remember if it was A Wonderful Life or it was just a version of the Christmas Carol. But Joshua shoots the TV. I hate fucking Christmas! You know? And then they drive a car into the house, and it says, nobody here but us cops. So now we get this showdown between Riggs and Joshua. Like, all the cops are there watching. Murtaugh is all like, I'm in charge here. I take full responsibility. Nobody touches this guy but Riggs. So they're fighting. We get this, like, hardcore fucking special forces type fight shit. Joshua, like, I think he picked up, like, a pole or something. And then Riggs had a fucking tonfa. He got a fucking tonfa and is fighting Joshua with this tonfa. And then Joshua's winning. He's about to drown fucking Riggs in mud. Murtaugh's all like, fucking, tag me in! Like we're in the WWF. You know, tag me in! Tag! You know, and he's just, back up! You know. Well, Riggs fucking kills the shit out of, actually no. Riggs beats Joshua, and then I think both, if I remember correctly, Riggs and Murtaugh shoot Joshua. I think that's what happens. Because they were about to arrest him and Joshua, like, got a hold of a gun. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. It happens in a lot of movies. But I'm pretty sure that that's what happened. So, yeah, all that. And then Riggs and Murtaugh pretty much become, like, best fucking friends. And they're all, like, you know. Now, there was a scene shot where Murtaugh is straight up like, I'm retiring. I don't want anything to do with this anymore. And that would have pretty much been the end. But at the same time, it wouldn't have, because I saw how it was shot and it could have been played both ways. But they reshot to do the scene of Riggs going to Murtaugh's house, giving him the bullet, which I love. I won't need this anymore. I found my purpose. Like, I've learned to let go and love again. And so Murtaugh's all like, you know what, stay for dinner. Okay, well, do you care? I brought a friend. Absolutely, bring him in. He goes, okay, and then his dog Sam,
little lassie dog,
goes running in, Cali, and Murtaugh's all like, I don't think Burbank the cat's gonna like that very much.
That's right. They have a cat named Burbank.
Yeah,
That's so adorable
Burbank.
in LA. And
Yep.
Burbank.
Yep.
Call back.
So, so that's the end. That's Lethal fucking Weapon, man. So, I already know, but I gotta do it. Will you watch this film without me?
No, like we couldn't even really watch this together because of our schedules and whatnot.
Our schedule's fucking shit now,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, but like I could not get through it. I will say I do like the idea of the whole bromance or like the buddy cop, where I think that Roger did save Martin.
Yeah.
Like, if anything else if Martin would have gotten assigned to some other person, I think he would have been dead. Mm-hmm. So I think Roger gave Martin something more to live for.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate that, but oh god, no, it was so hard. Like, I only did like a page and a half of notes and I just gave up. I'm so sorry.
You don't have to be sorry to me. I mean, I love it. I think that the message in this film is very like
there is a message.
The depression aspect of this film is very strong and powerful. The family aspect is very powerful. Like, there's some really good shit. And even shit that we didn't touch base on, but it's okay, because we're due to time. And honestly, I'm tired as a motherfucker. This new job and schedule's fucking killing me.
Yeah.
So, folks, that was Lethal fucking Weapon. So we're going to now move over to the handy-dandy Shakespearean Notebook. I don't remember what the fuck happened.
Well, it was a smelly, stupidly drunk mushroom.
Yeah, that was perfect. We don't have the Shakespearean words but that was essentially what it was.
Only one. Mushroom. That was the only page that...
Because I fucked up, which a mushroom is a mushroom.
Yeah.
So who was that particular person?
You're going to have to call it. I have no idea. Maybe Martin? I don't know. Because he was drinking and maybe he smelled a little bit because he's depressed and he didn't take a shower.
I mean,
I don't know.
Maybe it would be... I guess.
The insult doesn't always have to be a villain.
No, it doesn't. And Mr. Joshua is pretty kempt.
Yeah.
He's pretty well kept, you know.
Yeah.
Honestly, all the villains were really well kept.
They were very clean.
They were very mercenary fucking ex-special forces.
Yeah.
They were clean. They lived where Riggs fucking fell off the bandwagon a little bit. So, yeah, sure, why not? Martin Riggs. Let's call it Martin. Let's call it Riggs.
Call it Riggs.
So that was that. So, what do you have in store for me?
Well, oh god, this was hard because I found a film that I haven't seen in a very long time. It's a Christmas film. It's not very well known. And I watched it the other day. And I really would like to pick it, but not now because it's been so long since I've watched it.
Yeah.
Having just a week to really dissect it probably won't really be enough, especially because, I mean, I think we might only do 2 Christmas movies. I don't know. Usually... Last year we just did 2, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't want to get pigeonholed into doing Christmas, so I'll probably save it for another time. I'm gonna do one that I know very well. It's another one of the Opie. It's another one of the films that I watched a lot with my mom. It's a romantic comedy. It's called While You Were Sleeping, with Sandra Bullock and Bill
Pullman.
Bill Pullman, and
we watched this once.
We watched this once together. Yeah.
Our early days of dating.
Yes.
You
were humoring me and watching romantic comedy.
I was,
yes.
All right. So, folks, you heard it here. While you were sleeping. Contemplators, thank you so much for joining us on my birthday.
On your birthday.
On this wonderful day.
Birthday.
Well, on the recording day. So, thank you once again, y'all. You can find us on almost all podcasting platforms. Please like, subscribe, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, guys. That really helps us out. And take it away, Cal.
Yes, we are all over the World Wide Web, y'all. On Twitter, we are movies_pod. On Instagram, we are movies.contemplation_pod. We have an email, movies.contemplation@gmail.com. And we are also on Facebook, Movies and Contemplation Podcast.
That's Contemplators, so we'll see you next week with While You Were Sleeping.
Yay!
Bye!
Bye!